Damn! You didn't tell me my son was Napoleon Dynamite. What is this? Okay, so for some of those that don't know about this game, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of an insight real quick, so y'all understand what it is that I'm doing. So this game, I have seen a few people play it, so I kind of understand the basis of it. So basically, my main job, what I'm gonna do is try to get almost everything I feel like we need. Technically, it's like everything that's in the house we need for the apocalypse. However, we're not gonna be able to get a lot, but I just know we need to survive the post-apocalypse. So basically we can survive and be rescued, hopefully. So without further ado, no more talking. Select your character. I'm gonna go with Ted. I'm gonna go with Ted. I'm going big homie Ted. Little boy, never that, but 20 seconds. Exploring time, scavenge time is 60 seconds. Stock shelters is prepper style. Packed suitcase, holiday luggage, health issues rare. Fragile equipment is 30. Unwanted visitors there's a few of them. In trouble sometimes. So because we're kind of starting off right, so we'll damn, I only get, that's not enough. What is this one? Damn. All right, so we're gonna start Fat Man first. That's like the medium regular time, and then if we survive it, then cool. If not, then we're going to TSAR Bomba. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start Fat Man first. I'm just kind of give y'all a little bit of a rundown how this works. Our job is to get everything though, like almost everything that we need to survive this. The main things, you know what I mean? Watch out, daughter. Boom, boom. Get my wife. Get my wife. Got the suitcase. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come on. Okay. Let me go to other room. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. Damn it! Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I definitely sold, bro. Dog, I didn't even get the, I didn't get the gun, I didn't get the axe. Damn it. Alright. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. You remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stock supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a soup dinner party, another time we needed a rifle to help our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched. Good thing we grabbed that suitcase. What we found inside, we definitely okay. We got the radio. Those are like my main three things I give: gun, axe, radio, maybe even a flashlight. Thank God I grabbed the flashlight too, so we're cool. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration ration it strictly. This is the best stock shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Okay. Okay, so nobody right now is hungry or thirsty, so we're okay to skip. We keep dreaming about those little things we did back in the day when there weren't as many bombs falling down. Not on our heads anyways. Okay. Alright, day 2. Alright. What we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. Ted is fine. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Okay, so everybody still today is decent. Nobody needs anything, so we're gonna be good. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Well, then we're not going outside. A group of doctors knocked on our door today, requesting some supplies that will be helpful in refilling their first aid kits. We didn't doubt they were the real deal for a second. They did have lab coats and everything. Shall we help them? I mean, would they help us in the long run? Hold on, how much water do I have? I got 3? Nah, I can't risk that. I can't risk it. I'm sorry. I got like 3 water bottles. I can't risk it all. I can't risk all 3. Okay. We don't think they were real doctors, but just in case they were, we got rid of them quickly before they could start charging us for a home visit. Ted needs water to survive. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Is there any water left? Water is all Dolores wants. How about getting Timmy something to drink? He's not looking well. Fucking, I only have 3. See, this is where it boils down to, y'all. No. I can't risk that. Not today. We felt like something was starting. Oh, I'm sorry. We felt like something was staring at us from the corner of the shelter. We think it's a rat. At least it looks like a rat. A rat on a very good diet. We decided we needed to do something about it, or, put it more bluntly, it's either him or us. And I got neither one of them. Okay, what happened? As we were running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how did that devil feel? Oh my gosh, he took my can. The question is, how did that devil fit it through one of those little holes? Pause. Ted is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty. So neither one of them are all thirsty. Okay. Okay. Our neighborhood is still highly radioactive. Trips to the surface are a big risk to our health right now. So then I'm not going. We can barely breathe in this damn shelter. For the last couple of hours, the situation has been getting noticeably worse. There might be something wrong with the ventilation system. Maybe it's stuck. If that's the case, we need to look into fixing it right away. What is this, scout handbook or a flashlight? Take the flashlight. Take the flashlight with you. Alright, talk to me. The obvious thing to do when a vent is blocked is to check what's blocking it. However, when you shine your flashlight on a hive of mutated insects, things usually go from bad to worse. The angry hive is gone, but the insects did some biting before they fled. Mary Jane was injured. Ted seems to be doing alright, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. Everything seems okay with Dolores, and like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Damn, you got hurt? Here, eat some soup. Everybody else seems okay though? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Alright. Have some soup, bro. It looks like the area is still erratic. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. Mary Jane gonna have to go. There it goes again. Noises. Weird noises all the time. Are they coming from the pipes? Walls? Is there something behind the door? We don't know, and it's driving us insane. We should sit down and relax, otherwise we might get paranoid. Well, I ain't got either one of them things, so y'all probably just gonna have to be paranoid for right now. This is whack, bro. Don't look at me like that. Mary Jane started acting even more crazy than she usually does. She seems to be making a nest. Was it the soup? Boredom can really get to you in the shelter. It can lead you to dark places, trust us. The injury Mary Jane has, the injury Mary Jane has may take a while to heal. Water is what Mary Jane needs the most right now. Mary Jane went nuts. All Ted wishes for is a few drops of water. Dolores will not last long without water, and some water for Ted. Damn, all y'all want some fucking water. Okay. Well, Dolores, guess what? You're going outside, and you're taking a suitcase, and I advise you to take the map, and some water. Some water would help. I lied. Don't take anything else except the map. Go ahead, Dolores. Come back to something useful, please. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Ted isn't thirsty anymore, but Ted's stomach is rumbling. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy is no longer... Okay, so Ted is hungry and Timmy is hungry. We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. A radio could help with this. Yeah, go ahead. Use it. Anything? We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside was mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Ted is no longer hurried. Dolores has not eaten for a while, and Ted is... Okay, so Dolores needs to eat. Okay. We have plenty of distant relatives, but none of them mean as much to us as Auntie Ada. She lives in the country, so there is a good chance she's still configuring her counting machine and not worrying about nukes raining down on her hen house. Too bad we don't have a photo of her, or do we? We put some photos into a book a while ago after the giant coffee spill incident. Okay, so just look into the book. All right, day 9. All right, Dolores better come back to something. Or not Dolores, but Mary Jane. We knew it. We found the photo between the pages of our scout handbook. Those handbooks are really handy, that's for sure. Where is water when Ted needs it? Dolores is no longer hungry. Water is all Dolores needs. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now he should get some water in him. All right, splitting out of you 3. That's fine. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave it eventually. It will be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. Just don't break it, please. Okay, I'm hearing something. We made contact. The military is out there and they're coming for us. All we need to do now is wait patiently. The soldier with the warring voice was very specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions and keep our radio in working order. Ted isn't thirsty. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Okay, so she's not thirsty, but she needs to eat, and I'm assuming Timmy needs to eat too. Okay, so you can eat, and you can eat. Correct. Okay. This is a joyful time in a sea of grief. It's Timmy's birthday today. Just like the last year, we waited until the last moment to get him a present. But this time our options are limited to whatever we can find in the shelter. What is he getting this year? The Scout Handbook. He will take the Scout Handbook and he will enjoy it. Damn, can Mary Jane come back? Like, we don't know if Timmy is ever going to be a Boy Scout after the apocalypse, but the Scout Handbook is a deadly spider-killing weapon in his capable hands. He's having fun. Ted isn't hungry, Dolores is hungry, so they're all good. Okay, we're straight. Our supplies are scarce, and our moral is low. You can almost smell the desperation in the shelter. We're pretty sure there's a small group of survivors nearby, mostly old folks from the retirement home. It shouldn't be hard to borrow some of their supplies. They're old anyways, and we need them more, right? Alright, go for it. Why do I feel like we just died? What was that? Why is there a handprint now? We got soup, didn't we? There we go. We are now richer in some supplies, but for some reason we don't feel very good about it. Let's just never mention this whole thing again. Okay, so look, we got 4 cans of soup now. Ted needs water to survive. Dolores will not last without water. How about getting Timmy something to drink? Okay. That trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food. Yet for some reason, we would like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches are pretty good. Okay, so scout book it. I don't know. I don't have the bug spray. Is that Mary Jane? Ew. What happened to you? We dodged the bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, and 8 legs. It had 8 legs and a glowing head. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with them again. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. We were hoping this expedition would be successful. Too bad that was not the case. Mary Jane still can't handle her own thoughts. She's also bothered by recurring nightmares. The injury Mary Jane has may take a while to heal. Mary Jane is quite hungry. She's really tired, and Mary Jane caught something nasty. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Dolores is no longer thirsty. So now it's Mary Jane, right? Hungry. What is she? Hurt? Crazy? Fuck. Just give it a first aid. Is she thirsty by any chance? No, she's not thirsty. Okay. Well, next person to go out there. Mutated rodents are attacking our supplies. We're not sure if they're rats, feral bunnies, or just mutated hamsters. All of these options are pretty grim. We could use spare ammunition or something else to get rid of it. Well, I don't have that, so I'm sorry, y'all. That's what I get for not grabbing either the gun or the axe. Okay. The beast of a rodent won. It won and stole our food. Can or no can, at least we have each other, right? We're just worried it'll come back to finish what it started. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Mary Jane isn't mentally stable. She seems to have lost the ability to reason normally. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Mary Jane wounds are all fixed. Mary Jane is all well now. Water is what Mary Jane needs. Damn, she needs everything. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Dolores is quite well. Or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Like the good scout he is. Okay, so they're all good except Mary Jane. Thirsty and hungry is crazy, but whatever. Alright, Ted. You're the man of the house, my boy. Get the map. And soup. So when you're out there, you have something to eat. Go ahead, Ted. Do your thing, brother. You need to relax, bro. Ted left for the surface. Yep. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Mary Jane is mentally stable. Isn't mentally stable. She seems to have lost the ability to reason normally. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty. There has to be some water left. Dolores should get it. Dolores would really love something to eat. How about getting Timmy something to drink? He's not looking good. Timmy is very hungry. Alright, so you get... Oh, shucks. And she's thirsty too, huh? Yeah, you're hungry. Alright, so y'all just gonna have to get some soup for right now. We have a working radio. Why not use it? Maybe we'll be able to catch a... Okay, just don't break it, please. What do we got? Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got to the package before anyone else. Okay, so we got water now. Okay, good. Mary Jane is immensely stable. She seems to have lost the ability to reason normally. She's no longer hungry. She needs water. Timmy is no longer hungry. Timmy is in terrible shape. He needs water like now. Okay. Well, we got water for it now, so that's good. You need that, and what do you need? You just need rest. Mary Jane was injured on her last expedition. She didn't mention it to us, and we didn't notice. Why did you not mention that to me, Mary? Oh my God, MJ. I don't have... Bro, I don't have another health pack med kit to... Oh my God. It wasn't a problem until just now. It seems her injury got infected and she's in bad shape. We must help her. I don't have anything. She should have said something sooner. I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it until Ted comes back with something. You know what I mean? Mary Jane will be fine. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last time she's sick. She's looking a bit pale today, though. Mary Jane still isn't completely sane. It fills us with worry, but there's not much we can do. Water is what Mary Jane needs. Mary Jane's caught something nasty. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy's no longer thirsty. So what do you need? You just thirsty? Huh. You cool? And you're cool? Okay. There's never a good time to go out into the radioactive wasteland, but it seems this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later and planned a trip outside. Before we could make the third stop beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We had only moments to decide what to do. I'm not risking my flashlight. Someone just knocked at the door? Oh my gosh, y'all. We felt it was too risky to face whatever horror awaited in the shadows. We did what any sane person would do. We shut the door. The creature was gone the next morning. If we don't cure Mary Jane soon, who knows what will happen. Mary Jane still isn't completely... Well, I don't know what Mary Jane wants me to do. She should have told me she had an injury that bad before... You know what I'm saying? Mary Jane still isn't completely sane. It fills us with worry, but there's not much we can do. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty, and Mary Jane's quite hungry. Dolores is quite calm in this situation. Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. Alright, so tell me, what do you need? Okay. You are, what, hungry? The wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of our door, knocking and claiming that he is willing to offer a lot of decent ammunition. We don't have a gun, so you know what I mean? Our visitor was happy to get some ammunition in return. He offered us rations. It wasn't much, but something is always better than nothing. Mary Jane's condition isn't getting any better. Mary Jane is mentally stable. She seems to have lost the ability to reason normally. She's no longer hungry. Dolores has to drink something. Some water for Timmy would be nice. And Timmy needs to eat something. Okay. So you're you're thirsty and hungry. Right. You are thirsty and hungry. Right. You are just crazy. Shine your boots and hoist the flag. The army is on the radio again. They're telling us to get our flashlights ready to signal their aircraft. It'll be flying over our area later this evening. If they see our light, they'll know where to look for us. Shine it. Shine it. Just please don't get shot. Oh, you're back! And he has an axe. Good shit. Everything was going as planned, but then the flashlight stopped working. We were lucky to get it fixed just in time to hear the distant roar of the plane's engines. We're pretty sure the pilot saw us. Let's see if they get back to us. Ted has safely returned from the voyage to the surface. A pile of car wrecks revealed that we stumbled across a big parking lot. Almost no cars survived the blast wave, but we went between the wrecks to explore anyway. Under the burnt remains of a panic table, we found some bottled water. Those bottled waters were not in the best state, but their contents looked perfectly drinkable. In the trunk of a wrecked car, we found a fine, sharp axe. The vehicle must have belonged to a lumberjack or a serial killer, or both perhaps? Damn it, we really like that suitcase. Well, it's gone now. Our map really took a beating during our expedition. It's nearly unusable now. Damn it. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. If we don't cure Mary Jane soon, who knows what will happen. Mary Jane still can't handle her own thoughts. She also... I'm sorry, bro. I can't... everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Okay. Any water left? Ted is hungry and really tired. Dolores isn't thirsty or hungry. Okay. You're right. You're hungry. You're good. You're thirsty. And you're good. Okay. Well, we know the next person to go out. It's hard to keep track of... Wait. What did they say, though? It seems awfully quiet outside. Maybe it's safe. Maybe it's not. We won't know. Okay, yeah. It's hard to keep track of time down here. We can't tell if it's night or day. Our sleeping patterns are messed up. These terrible light bulbs are not helping. Too bad we can't replace them. There has to be something else we can do about this. Well, we can't. That's all my fault, bro. Yo, do y'all see MJ right now, bro? Mary Jane is going through it. They're all going through it. Look at how, like, bony they just got out of nowhere. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Ted is hungry, still hasn't recovered from his energy, needs water to survive, and is pretty fatigued. Aren't there any drugs we can give Mary? Yeah, we did, but it's gone now because she didn't want to tell us about her injury sooner. Mary Jane still acts quite peculiar, not the happy bright young lady she used to be. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty, and Mary Jane is tired. Okay. All right, so you're hungry and thirsty. Got you, bro. You're just tired. I got you. Look, get some water in you, mama. What about you? You're tired. Here, get some water in you. You're crazy and say just get some water. No, actually, get some soup. All right. Damn, nobody. Fuck, I was gonna send my son out there. Damn. You didn't tell me my son was Napoleon Dynamite. What is this? Look at every last one of them, bro. Mary Jane, you need to go, bro. Seriously. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted still hasn't recovered his energy. Mary Jane's condition isn't getting any better. Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. There is no coming back from Mary Jane if we keep ignoring her weird behavior. Delirious complains she still isn't getting the night's sleep around here. Timmy still hasn't rested, and Timmy is pretty fatigued. What do y'all want me to do, bro? Alright, you need soup. You need water. You need water. You need soup. You need water too. Okay, I need my son to go out there next time. During our latest expedition, we ran into a smelly man in torn up clothes. We recognized him as an old bum named Jim, who used to roam the streets of our town before the bomb fell. Now he roams the wasteland and looks like he's followed us home. Now he's banging on our door again, asking if we want to buy a rock. I think I'm cool on the rock, sir, but I appreciate the offer. Oh my gosh, is that MJ? Oh my gosh, bro. Alright, we're not getting better, bro. I'm not seeing us surviving this one. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. You need to really be careful with door-to-door salesmen. Way too often they try to sell you junk like that. We like to think we make informed and reasonable purchases, like the apron with the American flag we got just before the blast. It was a real bargain. The old man didn't sell aprons, so obviously we told him to go away. Ted still hasn't recovered from his energy. Ted is no longer hungry. Mary Jane is still rather sick. There is no coming back, right? Because she's Delulu right now. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Timmy still hasn't rested. Timmy should eat something. Delirious has rested. Okay. Fatigue still. What about... Okay, you're sick still. Get some water in you. You're hungry. Here's some soup. Alright, Doris. Take the... take this... How much soup do you have? Okay, you can take the soup with you. Yeah, you can take the soup with you. Please come back with something, Mom, please. Because my daughter's going crazy. My son was apparently mutated to Napoleon Dynamite. We're all going through it, Lord. Day 24. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back in safe and sound. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest is what he needs. Mary Jane's still rather sick. Ted is rested and no longer hungry. Alright. We were about to go to sleep when we heard someone knocking on the door. Who could it be at this hour? Who could it be at this part of the wasteland? How the hell am I supposed to know? How the hell did they survive the nuke? Should we open it? Go for it. Alright, what happened? We opened that hatch, but there was nobody there. Damn pranksters making jokes even after the apocalypse. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest is what he needs, and he's really thirsty. Mary Jane's condition isn't getting any better. Timmy is falling asleep. Damn, we're on our last water bottle too, huh? Trader alert. Timmy Savage comic books are mostly harmless science fictional pulp or fiction pulp. However, some of them don't feature the brave Astro Citizen program astronaut, but cosmonauts, whatever that is. That boy is eating up Soviet propaganda. What a disgrace. Should we banish Timmy to the wasteland for his traitorous ways and dispose of the Blasphemous comics? No. It's my son. What are you talking about? I'm not doing that to my son. Did you just fucking sneeze on me, MJ? I'm gonna need you to relax. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. She ain't gonna make it. I don't think she gonna make it. We graciously allowed Timmy to stay in the shelter despite his actions. We believe in the power of rehabilitation and second chances. Also, we're running out of toilet paper, and these propaganda books are doing nicely, or will do nicely. Ted still hasn't recovered his energy. Mary Jane's condition isn't getting any better. She wants some water, but there is no water. Damn, Timmy, you're thirsty too, huh? Damn, ain't no water, Mom. Sorry, bro. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remember him from before the apocalypse. He came over with a bunch of leaf felts and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen, but we refused. Now he just wants supplies, and he says he will reveal some state secrets to us in return. No, we can't risk that right now. That's our last can of soup. Come on, Dolores, where you at? As a rule, we don't trust door-to-door salesmen, especially ones who attempt treason. We told him to go back to whatever planet he dropped to Earth from. He got angry and stormed off, mumbling something about how our souls are going to be devoured by alien Lord Yontar. Poor guy, he seems very confused. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Are there any drugs we can give Mary Jane? No. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find something for her to drink fast. Timmy might not look like it, but he's a strong young boy. Here, eat some soup. That's the only thing I can give y'all for right now. There are only so many things you can do in a tiny bunker, so we thought, hey, why not play some games? There's just, oh, we can't. Yeah, she's gone, bro. She's gone, dude. And Dolores hasn't come back yet either. We thought playing the silent game would be a good idea. The silence was too annoying, and we quickly stopped. Ted isn't hungry. Ted wishes for a few drops of water. Everybody wants water, bro. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find something for her to drink fast. If we don't cure anything, okay. If you're ignoring her weird behavior, Mary Jane's pretty fatigued. No news. No news is good news. There's nothing new with Timmy. On our way back from the last expedition, we noticed some drawings on a half-ruined wall nearby. It was a very crude map from our town, and one place was marked an X. Maybe it's someone's scratch of soup or stash of soup. Shall we? Yes. And you're gonna go get it. My daughter is gone. Did my daughter just up and leave me? Lucky find, we were afraid the map was a trap leading us straight into a camp full of bandits, but it turned out to be true. At the end of the path, we found some supplies that might be useful to help. Chest. Ted has rested. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs to drink water right now. When Mary Jane found out that she's not getting any single drop of water, she got furious. She stormed out of the... Okay, you know what? I don't care. She's not coming back. Water one way or another. We are seriously terrified right now. Timmy has been talking about nothing other than water. I don't have any water though for you, Pa. I'm sorry. We received another army transmission this morning. We wish it will mark the end of our stay in the shelter, but it seems the military has other plans. All survivors in the area were asked to head to the nearby park and chop down as many trees as possible to aid the evacuation effort. All right. And my wife still hasn't come back yet. We chopped down as many trees as we could. It wasn't much, but hopefully it will make the difference they wanted. The next time they get in touch, it better be from a tank parked on our lawn or what's left of it. What's left of it. Our only regret is that the wood chopping business ruined our axe. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs to drink right now. Timmy is not in terrible shape. We need to have some soup. I don't, you know. A sleazy looking trader carrying on an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder. I don't have anything to give. We're all gonna die. Please tell me you got something back, please. And there goes fucking Ted, bro. Oh man. Our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. We were glad to see Delirious came back safely from the wasteland. It was difficult to tell right and left in all of the rubble that our town turned into, but we found our way to where the gas station used to be. It doesn't look like a gas station anymore. The only recognizable parts of it were a few cars wrecks and the cashier booth that probably did a long trip up and then back to the ground. There was an abandoned truck in the line for the gas pump. We immediately recognized the logo of a well-known company on its side. Yep, the canned soup company. A few water bottles were scattered around in the cashier booth. None of the explosions damaged them, though it was funny how that pipe shadowed. Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, we got a map and we got bug spray. Okay, cool. Must have been found by a stranger. We should be careful. We spotted Sir. Okay, Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Too many days without water took their toll. Ted had died of dehydration. Ay, coño. Alright. Wait, did it say that it was a risk? I'm pretty sure it's a band of raiders. Venturing outside might be quite dangerous right now. We ain't got no choice right now. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it. But what about the children? Yeah, let's do no. Fuck, dude. We decided to protect our delicate American ears and turn off the radio. It was unintelligible anyways. Okay. Dolores need to eat and drink, so... What about you? Just eat. Alright. I'll allow you to take the map. I'll let you take the map so you know where you're going. I trust you. Now I gotta sit up here and I gotta take care of Dolores. Oh my gosh. This is such a horrible run. Alright. Dolores would really love to eat something. Dolores' health has not improved. Dolores needs more time to rest. She seems exhausted. Okay, well, go ahead. A stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped by today. He claimed he's a trader looking to barter for items he requires. You know I have to. I have to. Alright, after making the trade, the man packed into the wheelbarrow and departed. Oh, I'm sorry. After making the trade, that man packed his things into the wheelbarrow and departed. Before leaving, he uttered something about bandit activity nearby and how dangerous the area is. We can't just sit around while Dolores is so sick. Dolores is no longer hungry. Dolores has rested. You got water, Moth. Just deal with that, okay? You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What in the world? What in the hell is that? A water chip? I'm cool. Okay, she looked. Oh God! Thank God you got better. Thank God you got better. We were sorry to explain we didn't know what a water chip was and that we didn't have one. He thanked us in a few short words and left. Dolores was cured from her illness. Okay, so you're just fatigued. Okay, so you just need a little bit more water. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear, but we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out and now they offered other items too. I can't risk the flashlight though. I'm sorry. Cannot risk the flashlight. Although the girls are very brave to walk around the wasteland like that, sadly they didn't have anything of interest to us, so we declined their offer. They wished They wished us a nice day and left. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Okay, so you just need to eat, okay? Alarm. Someone is trying to break in and they're not alone. We'd better get ready or else... Oh, fuck. We might as well use this, right? Alright, we didn't think that a small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seems that they gave this whole break-in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock isn't in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off the bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. We were able to fight off the bandits this time, but there's no guarantee they won't come back. We need to be prepared at all times. Dolores is no longer hungry. Okay, but is she thirsty? Okay, she's just fatigued. A little bit of water won't hurt nobody. When we opened the bunker door this morning to let in some fresh air, radioactive air, we discovered a small suitcase on our doorstep. There was no note on it, and the neighborhood seemed empty. I don't want to. This is tough. All right. There was no note on it. Oh, fuck it. If we die, oh well. We good? Fuck, we got sick again. Inside the suitcase, we found some soup, but yuck, it expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spend the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not accepting anonymous gifts ever again. Timmy can sneak like a secret agent, man, but that might not be enough to avoid the band of raiders camped near our shelter. We can probably assume he isn't coming back. This is so fucking annoying. We heard some commotion above, and we're pretty sure it's a band of raiders venturing outside. Might be quite dangerous right now, so then I'm just not going. A woman came by with a creature she claims is a camel, provided that camel have 5 legs. Right, the animal is carrying a pack of goods for trade. Oh, I could have got... I'm not giving up the radio though, but I give you the chestboard. I'm not using that shit. Anything? Alright, good. Okay, you just need a little bit of soup and a little bit of water. Judging by the sound of gunfire and screams, it seems like a band of thugs is taking control of the area. Going out there would be very, very risky. The army started broadcasting again. They are requesting a representative from all survivor groups to meet them at the specific location nearby. Seems they wish to question people before they evacuate us from the area. We're not sure if this is a good idea or bad, but we should send... Yeah, that's my only person right now. Dolores, can you not? We managed to make it to the meeting in time. We tried our best to answer the questions the soldiers asked us. Let's hope we fulfilled their expectations and our ragged appearances didn't make a bad impression. We haven't done anything about Dolores' sickness. Give her some water. We heard some commotion and we're pretty sure the bandits are raiders. We ain't got no choice. Our situation is getting worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. We know a teacher from a local school rescued a bunch of kids when the bomb fell. We also know what kind of supplies are in the school shelter. As a part of the community, we help stock it for an emergency. So technically they're ours, right? Should we reclaim? Yes. Okay. I thought she died, bro. I heard that gunshot. We went, got what we needed, and came back. We're safe. We're sure the group, that group will do just fine. Most probably. Yeah, probably. Or absolutely. Dolores' health is not improved. Take the last bit of soup and some more. I'm scared, dude. Take some water with you, please. I'm gonna die. God dang, bruh. Dolores is on her own to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back in time. We don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. It's been too long. We didn't make it. These are our final words and our advice to anyone who reads this. Obscured writing. We held out for 48 days. Damn. That's insane though, bro. Run it back. Run it back. This time we doing it like on the hardest difficulty. All right, the hardest difficulty now. Now this is where it go get intense. Move. Okay. I don't know how good that run was. I'm gonna be honest. I know I didn't get the gun at all, but you know, I know I forgot my daughter. We don't talk about it. We're just gonna move on. What did I do? How good or bad did I really do? I didn't get the map either. Fuck, dude. I'm fucking up, bro. Seriously. Alright, we almost made it. Almost all of us made it to the shelter. Almost all we can do now is start thinking of creative ways to serve. Okay. So it's gonna basically tell us the exact same thing. Everybody's cool for right now. We decided to have some fun today and play a game or two. The first one was picking the game we are going to play. This took us most of the day and we still haven't made up our minds. Alright, next. You played Truth or Dare. When it turned out we only kept asking questions, and the most common one was, are we going to eat anything besides tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. Ted seems to be doing alright, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. Dolores is quite calm, given the situation. Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. They're good. Alright, it looks like the area is still erratic. Going to the... Oh, you know what? We got the gas mask, so you know what? It's all good. We woke up to a dripping sound today and noticed there's something leaking from the pipes. That green liquid looked innocent enough, even after it ate through the table and the chair and the floor, patching the... Please just don't mess up the gas mask, y'all, please. Are we good? Is it saved? Problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter. If Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. Water is all Dolores wants. Okay, so all of them just want to drink. All right. It's about time we chose someone to scavenge. Yep. Have fun. Alright. Alright, no longer thirsty, no longer hurry. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll make it back soon. Yep. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind the layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's... We're not listening to it. If it ain't nothing military related, we're not listening to it. We decided to protect our delicate American ears and turned off the radio. It was unintelligible anyways. If there's anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. No news is good. No news is good news. Okay, so so they're both good. Okay. Timmy is not doing great. It would be good to talk. Yeah. You're his mom. You should. I don't know if you're gonna be able to make it, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Even a word or two may be enough to brighten someone's mood. Timmy seems to be better now. There has to be some water left. Dolores Should get it. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Some water for Timmy will be nice, and Timmy is very hungry. Okay, so I could balance that. That's cool. It's high time we stop. Yeah, it's high time we stop wondering about what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listen to some reasonable answers. So how about tuning to a radio station and learning about a thing or two about the brave new world? Yes. Yes. This nigga sleeping? Okay. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government emergency announcement services, and guess what? Great news. The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel the surface now. Dolores no longer hungry or thirsty, so they're all good. I need my husband back. We were never huge fans of mushrooms, but with a colony of them growing on one of the walls, we've changed our loyalties. We're all about mushrooms now. No. Cause you got no way of heating it up, even like, you know what I mean? No. Soup will be fine. We may be hungry, but there are just some things we would never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. Doris is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Despite the the dire circumstances and all the troubles we are going through, Timmy is being very brave. He has to be because his mom is there. This is terrible. We can't sleep. We've been having problems with sleeping ever since we got down here, but now it's worse than ever. If we don't deal with this problem, we won't be able to cope with any other challenges that await us outside. What would this do for you though? First aid kit. Can my husband come back already? What the fuck happened to my wife? Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were. And there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Sorry. Dolores can't remain thirsty for too long. Dolores' sanity is questionable. Timmy doesn't need much, but he should drink. Alright, so you need... Oh, no. You need this. And then you need this. It's difficult to keep track of time down here, but at least we remembered it's Timmy's birthday today. He's growing so fast. We should get him something every boy wants for his birthday. Checkers. I ain't got the fucking scout book. Thank you though. You know what I'm saying? When we were taking cover in the shelter, we barely had time to grab anything. So the checkers set is missing half of his pieces. It seems you can still play with one half. Since Timmy has been enjoying himself, Dolores is clearly giving in to the madness. We wish we could stop it. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Alright, so Timmy is very hungry though nonetheless. So and you're just crazy, so soup will do you right too. The other day we heard a quiet knock on our door, but when we opened it, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep, and there was no one around. It isn't signed, but it sure looks like it's meant for us. So we check what's inside. A quiet knock too? I'm cool. I don't trust it. Is my big homie? Okay. What did he come back with though? What if it's some sort of complicated booby trap? We've heard... You're right, complicated? Yeah, complicated booby trap. We've heard some bandits around. Maybe they left the suitcase and they're lurking in the shadows, waiting to steal all of our cans. We carefully moved the bag away. The next morning it was gone. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. On the edge of town, there used to be a big parking lot. Now it looks more like a junkyard. Most vehicles are completely wrecked or burned down. We figured it was still worth checking out. Under the burnt remains of a picnic table, we found some bottled water. Those bottles were not in the best state, but their content were perfectly drinkable. In one of the trunks, we found a leather suitcase that's almost untouched. We were a bit disappointed there was nothing inside, but the suitcase alone will do just fine. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Dolores is clearly given in to the madness. We wish we could stop it. Ted is really tired. Ted looks very weak. If he doesn't eat today, it might end really badly. So, you're crazy. You're just starving, and you are good. It seems really quiet. Maybe it's safe. We won't know until We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our ears and eyes open. Just don't break the radio, that's all I ask. Okay, so far so good. We made contact. The military is out there and they're coming for us. All we need to do now is wait patiently. The soldier with the boring voice was very specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions and keep our radio in working order. Ted is still mighty tired and he needs more time to recover his strength. All Ted wishes for is for a few drops of water. Ted is hungry. Dolores is doing, of course, her sanity is questionable. If there's one thing we need, water. Okay, how about getting Timmy something to drink? Okay, so you're hungry and thirsty, for sure. You are just thirsty and crazy, and you are just thirsty. Now, you know who's gonna be going out is you. You can get the suitcase, and check this out. Check this out, buddy. You can take, look, you can take, hold on. You can take this can. You can take water, agua, and you ready? Bug spray. Have at it, player. Don't let me down, son. All right. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Dolores still isn't in full control of her mind. We're not sure what monsters are inhabiting it, but we wish they would just go away. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Ted has rested. Good. Ted is no longer thirsty, and Ted isn't hungry anymore. All right, so you're still just crazy. So we mentioned you could get you some soup. What was that? What was that? Did the radio static just stop for a moment? Let's try tuning in on that signal. No, don't do that, because you're just overusing it. It stopped. You know what I mean? I don't want to break it and overuse it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Let's not even bother with that radio. It's not like we're going to learn anything useful. Dolores is very unpredictable. Sometimes we're afraid of her. Ted is fine. When emptying our bucket in front of the shelter, we discovered a hasty drawn map on one of the ruined walls. Someone drew out a route and marked the spot at the end of it. Maybe there are supplies hidden there. Go ahead, Ted. Take that out, bro. Come back with it, Ted. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. That's the game changer. We're lucky to have spotted that map. The spot marked a small hiding place, and we found some useful supplies there. That blick. Dolores is very unpredictable. Sometimes we're a bit afraid of her. Ted needs some water to survive, and Ted is hungry. All right, we didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop. Yet here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should we? Ted, you got to do it. Because she's in a crazy state. She's not, you know what I mean? Okay. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Dolores is clearly giving on them. Okay. Now, seemed fine to me. The more we know about what's going on outside, the better for us. Let's gather around the radio. Yes, just don't break it. I know damn well someone just knock on that door. All right, what happened? Once had we waited through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. Dolores is very unpredictable. Sometimes we're a bit afraid. Water is all Dolores wants. The morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. All right. Okay. The last thing we expected to hear while sitting in a fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who was clearly not a trumpet player and who had probably never heard of a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men enter so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. No. Is that my son? Okay, that's what I like to see, son. That's why I love you, bro. Me and you, we here. We didn't answer those peculiar calls and kept the door locked until the noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure we want those people to come back. They sounded harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted in these troubled times? They might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We ran into airdrop crates during our expedition. We should probably be thankful for President Fonda for organizing drops for the survivors, provided he's still the one in charge. Getting your country nuked during your term doesn't sound like a good thing to put on your resume. A food drop, that's what we needed. What did they drop this time? Bread, cheese, meat, chocolate? Nope, tomato soup cans. Hooray. Someone forgot to fill the water crate with something to soften the fall. As a result, most of the bottles were shattered. Luckily, a few of them survived. That's good. That should be enough to keep us going for a bit. At one point, during one expedition, we were ambushed by a pack of mutated cockroaches. We managed to scare them away with bug spray. In their nest, we found a supply of soup. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Dolores is clearly given in to the madness. We wish we could stop it. Dolores is no longer thirsty. If Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. Timmy is really tired, and Timmy's dying needs food today or never. Okay, so Ted's just thirsty. Okay, look at that soup thing, bro. I'm so proud of my son. Oh, I'm so proud of my son. You need water too. You deserve it. Alright, the state of the wasteland remains unknown to us. Maybe we should risk it and go out. After all, you only live once. Tomorrow. The wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of our door, knocking and claiming that he is willing to offer a lot of decent ammunition. Hell yeah. This fucking people, bro. So they took, I mean, it don't matter. They took my chessboard. I still got cards, bitch. We offered checkers instead of ammunition. The visitor was quite confused and tried to explain us that what ammunition is. We pretended to understand nothing. It was very amusing until he left with our checkers board, asshole. Dolores is doing very well. Her sanity is questionable. Timmy still hasn't rested, and Timmy's very hungry and Ted's no longer thirsty. All right, so you just need, look, got you, bro. All right, some of us are, yep. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and responsible person for the, yep, and that'll be you, sir. Take the axe. You could take the axe. Take the bug spray, and you can take some water with you. All right, and now we just wait. Dolores, Ted left with, okay, we know that. Dolores is very unpredictable. Sometimes we're a bit afraid of her. There has to be some water left. Dolores should get it. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days of rest. Timmy is no longer hungry. All right, so you're just thirsty, and you're good. Today we've met a bunch of people dressed in what look like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be a field hospital moving from place to place and attempting to help those hurt by the hazard of the wasteland. The problem is, some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking us if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide. Nope. Sorry, sir. Okay. What is this scam? They're not even real doctors. No way we're giving these crooks anything. Dolores still isn't in full control of her mind. We're not sure what monsters are inhabiting it, but we wish they would just go away. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Dolores has not eaten for a while. She's pretty fatigued. Timmy needs to rest for a little bit while. Some water for Timmy would be nice. Okay. So, hungry. Got you. Tired. Thirsty. Got you. The military is transmitting again. They said their first step is to locate any remaining survivors. A plane will be doing a sweep over our neighborhood this evening, and we're supposed to be out in the open signaling. Go do that. We need to do that now. Okay. Look at Dolores. Look at Dolores, bro. She's done. Everything was going as planned, but then the flashlight stopped working. We were lucky to get it fixed just in time to hear the distant roar of the plane's engines. We're pretty sure the pilot saw us. Let's see if they get back to us. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days of rest. Timmy is no longer thirsty and he should eat something. Dolores is no longer hungry. With no help, Dolores might go over the brink of sanity. Do something. What the hell am I supposed to do? Here. And here. There it goes again. Noises. Weird noises all the time. Are they coming from the pipes, walls? Is this something behind the door? We don't know, and it's driving us insane. We should sit down and relax. Otherwise, we might. Yeah, Ma, come on, play some spades with me, or play goldfish. Whatever it is you want to do. Whatever it is your mind can, you know. Okay, is our radio bro? You're telling me our only chance of surviving this entire apocalypse from one radio, and you guys destroyed it. Leslie Barber, how you doing, Leslie? What's going on? I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing good too. But, y'all, seriously, bro, I'm not even with this, bro. Our only chance of survival or of even knowing on what to do next was the radio, and you guys broke it. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm lost for words. I don't even know how we're gonna survive this apocalypse, dude, anymore. Like, this is insane. Having some fun made us forget about, what was it again? Exactly. The peace and quiet of our shelter was disturbed today when Dolores suddenly jumped out of her seat and started cursing at the radio. We begged her to sit down and relax. The radio wasn't even on, but she kept saying she could hear voices coming out of the speakers. Clearly they belonged to someone really impolite, because Dolores showered the box with the most creative set of insults and occasionally screams like, "You won't get my cans," or "How dare you speak this way of my mother." Dolores has won the argument by smashing the ill-mannered radio on the floor. Only then she calmly went back to her seat and the triumphant look on her face. The whole thing was quite disturbing, but if we want to avoid her wrath, it's probably best to never mention it to Dolores again. Dog, I am pissed, dude. Yeah, that's good, Leslie. I appreciate you coming into the stream. Hopefully you stay around for the stream. You just, kick back, relax. But Dolores, I knew she was crazy, but dog, for you to break my radio, and now we have no way whatsoever of figuring out how we're gonna get help or what the military really needs from us, bro. With no help, Dolores might go over the brink of sanity. Do something. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days of rest. Timmy is no longer hungry. All right, get a little bit of water in you at least, like, to relax. You might even need some soup. You might need some soup too. We had the most curious visitor today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse, using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup. Only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. Well, we ain't got no map, so I'm sorry. Damn, with a follow? Hey, Leslie, hold on. Leslie, listen. Hold on. Leslie. You said from where? From Virginia? Okay, Leslie. I appreciate that. You don't understand, bro. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart for that follow. I really do appreciate it, seriously. Except for Virginia, that's different. I ain't gonna lie. It's mad different. So now we have no radio. I have 1 bottle of water left. 4 cans of soup. We're gonna have to finesse this somehow. We couldn't contain our laughter and our guests took offense. They ran off shouting that our ancestors were rodents and smelled like forest fruits. How rude. With no... Okay, well... That insult was kind of dry, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, that's not the way. That's not the go. But you know what? Whatever. With no help, Dolores might go over the brink of sanity. Do something. Timmy has rested. Okay, so he's feeling better. Okay. Still fatigued and okay. Look, get you some soup in you. You need to relax. Timmy is fine right now. He's good. The note we found on our door today was a real surprise to us. Or a surprise to us all. It's not signed, but it says that whoever wrote it has been observing us for a while and believes we're the right kind of people. They instruct us to send a single unarmed representative to a meeting today at midnight to find out more. Should we send someone? I'm gonna be honest. But you know what? Look, Timmy, is it? Right, Timmy? Come on, Timmy. I trust you. The meeting was organized by twin siblings, a brother and a sister who took it upon themselves to scout the remains of the city looking for trustworthy and decent people. They seemed honest about their intentions and were more than happy to meet them again. They said they know where to find us and they're going to contact us if they need some help. Ted has been outside for far too long, still has not returned. We fear he isn't coming back. So Ted's not coming back. With no help, Dolores might go over the brink of sanity. Do something. We can't leave Timmy without water for too long. All right, Timmy, this is your time. Man of the house. Well, man of the bunker. But we got this. We got this, okay? We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. A sleazy-looking trader carrying on an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside the trader. Well, how much soup do we have? Okay, I think we could manage. We could risk one. Excuse me? He gave us a cat. More mouths to feed. Thanks, buddy. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. The collar says, Sherikov? Is that its name? Dolores is sane again. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Oh, she's sane again! Okay, I think the cat got to her sanity. You know what I mean? Time to ration some supplies. Okay, look. You're fatigued right now. You just need water. That's all you need. You need to relax. We're feeling pretty optimistic about today's expedition. The only thing left to do is choose the right person to go outside. Timmy, I gotta listen. You're the man of the house, so I gotta, you know, take the soup with you. I'm entrusting in you, Timmy. Please don't let me down. Okay, today's been fine for Dolores thus far. Alright, so she doesn't need anything right now. She's just a little fatigued. That's okay. We are not alone. There is a huge hairy bunny beast that seems to be hiding in one of the pipes. It's been poking its head out, eyeing our measly food stash. We can't let it get to it. We can't let it be in here when we sleep. Alright, so then shoot it. I would have asked it. Shoot it. You know what? I agree with that. I ain't even, you know, I agree with that. Like I said, with me, I'm slowly trying to, you know, build into this content thing. So, you know, just slowly but surely, I definitely, you know. 100%. 100%. I'm always down for that. Thank you though, literally for the big ups, you know what I mean, and definitely for the advice. I really do appreciate it. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still on top of the food chain. Good for us. Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. So right now she's okay. Right now she's doing decent. The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans, and the unintentional bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attacking strangely glowing, suspiciously big insects wildlife. Roaches weren't that big before the war, were they? No. But we can't do anything about it because I ain't got the bug spray. We underestimated the value of a cat in this environment. We thought we had a cockroach infestation on our hands, but Sherikov took care of it while we were asleep. Was it reminded of its hunting days before the bombs dropped? Was it mesmerized by the roach's glow? Or does it just have an undeniable thirst for fresh cockroach blood? We'll never know why, but we're grateful that we don't have to deal with the insects ourselves any longer. Dolores would not last without water. Got you. A stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped by today. He claimed he's a trader looking to barter. Okay, so we just gotta. Ooh, but I can't. I take. Yeah, that'll probably be the best option right now. Okay, that's a fair exchange, you know. After making the trade, the man packed his things into the wheelbarrow and departed. Before leaving, he uttered something about bandit activity nearby and how dangerous the area is. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Right, you look fatigued. Just a little bit soon. Sherikov sure can take care of itself, but we can't help but wonder how much of a self-made cat it is. It just so happens that we found an address on its collar. It's unlikely that its owner is still alive. And a trip to the wasteland is always risky. Should we go outside and check that address? No. Not cool. This cat belongs to us now. It's our new dear friend and a valuable addition to our bunker. We managed to use it as a pillow for a whole 10 seconds yesterday before it almost scratched our eyes out. Clearly, it's very fond of us. It's staying, and that's final. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Okay. And we're still waiting for our son to come back. A young singer approached our shelter this morning, encumbered by two different guitars, a big backpack, and a weird contraption holding up a harmonica in front of his face. He asked for some supplies in exchange for a folk song or two. Do we want to share? A young singer approached our shelter this morning, encumbered by two different guitars, a big backpack, and a weird contraption holding up a harmonica in front of his face. He asked for some supplies in exchange for a folk song or two. How much can of soup do we have? Sheesh, my boy, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. But, hey, you know what? Here, you have soup. Fuck it. His songs brought tears to our eyes with good, talented Americans like that. Hopefully the times are a changing for the better soon. The sound of his guitar kept blowing in the wind towards us as he was walking away. Our love for his music moved him so much. He even gifted us a working radio. Good shit. Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Alright, right now she's good, so we'll just leave it be. Soldiers sent out another radio message requesting all survivors in the area remain patient and await further instructions. Sounds like the extraction isn't coming as soon as we hoped it would. Additionally, the officer from the broadcast requested that survivors who are able to bring some gas canisters to the nearest bus stop should do it as soon as possible. That might take a while, so the sane idea is to wear a gas mask. The only problem is my gas mask is kind of torn to bits. Okay. We felt it was too risky to help the army without using a gas mask. It seems our rescue will be a bit overdue. If there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. You're lucky, because I was about to say, I don't even think we have that. We plan to go to Niagara Falls and see those beautiful waterfalls. We never expected to get a waterfall of our very own in our shelter. Right now, it seems like half a dozen pipe bursts and all that water is pouring right into our bunker. We need to save, oh, yep, save the radio. Timmy! What happened to you, Timmy? Well, that was lucky. The shelter filled with water pretty rapidly, and we were certain we were going to drown. With our heads barely above the water, we weren't even able to open the hatch and escape. Before we could start considering the worst, the water level started to drop. We're fine, safe for the mess we need to deal with. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We set off an expedition to the nearby zoo we used to visit on weekends. We're happy to report that it was a productive supply run, as well as an educational trip. We saw pterodactyls, chimpandeers, and a porcupine, a small army of cat roaches and other majestic creatures that have emerged among the post-nuclear fauna. Between the East Asian and Australian sections, we found some cute pandaroos. Some had items stashed in their pouches, and they didn't seem to mind us borrowing a few things. They had an axe in their pandaroos pouches. Good shit. A friendly-looking crabto. Oh my god, like a hippopotamus or a crabtopotamus, whatever. Lazily observed the sea life section from a distance. In its den, we found the body of a zoo worker with some of his possessions laying around. Some cards. Okay. Running away from Taranturaptors. We made our escape through the zoo souvenir shop. Most of it was torn to shreds by the bomb, but few useful things were still lying around, which was the bug spray. Dolores is no longer thirsty, but Timmy is really tired. Timmy is really fatigued. Timmy isn't feeling very well. He needs food today or never. Okay. Okay, well, it's gonna have to be Dolores for tomorrow. The siblings are back, just like they promised, and they're asking for our help. The group is too big to fit where they currently reside, so they want to build a small camp nearby. They could really use someone with able hands and an axe to work on house construction. Should we? Yeah. Go for it. We got a few splinters, but the work is done. We even had some fun. It was almost like building that treehouse in our backyard all over again. The group and their leaders appreciated our help and said they would definitely let us know when the whole thing is finished so we can come and visit them. Timmy is still quite sickly. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days of rest. Timmy needs to eat something. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in good moods today. We hope it'll stay this way. Okay, so you need a lot. And you, oh wait, sorry. We don't got no water. Well. Right, okay, so you can take the axe. Because he has a gun, so we'll be good. Dolores is on her way. Timmy needs an extra blanket. He's shivering all the time. Still hasn't rested, is no longer hungry. Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. I thought we had some. We've been hearing some soft, scratchy noises in the shelter at night. We thought it was just the wind. But we were wrong. It's the cat. It's not really doing anything naughty. It seems like it just squeezes through some holes in the wall and makes its way outside. We're not sure where it goes during the secret trips, but every morning it's back to the shelter like nothing happened. Should we follow it next time? Sure. Let's see where it takes you. Sherikov took us to an old junkyard that inhabited only by a lone resident, a self-proclaimed scientist living in an old bus, converted into a lab to conduct his experiments. The doc seemed happy to have his pet back, although the cat showed no enthusiasm at the prospect. We exchanged some small talk, but truth be told, we were kind of in a hurry to get out of there. The scientist didn't seem completely sane. He mentioned something about escaping the wasteland in a spaceship. Timmy's looking very pale. That is not good. Alright, well, we need to get him some soup at least. We finally got a good look at this vehicle down the street. A tank, no wheels, but it has some reinforced. But it was reinforced with wooden spikes. But there were the weapons. That kind of vehicle needs a weapon. Let's get out of there. Okay, well, I don't have none of them, so you know what I mean. Can't really do much. I don't think Timmy's gonna make it, y'all. If we found a weapon, we would keep it to defend the shelter. Danger lurks around every corner of this wasteland, and it's becoming more and more barbaric. Thugs are fighting each other with baseball bats and rolling pins. Anybody seen those bandits near the museum? They've got curved swords. Timmy's looking very pale. That's not good. Timmy has rested. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now we should give him some water. which I don't have. Insane. Someone is at the door. We're a bit scared, but maybe it's a friendly face of an American soldier. Go for it, Timmy. Okay, I don't think it was, you know. Someone started shooting at us. We closed the door. We closed the hatch as quickly as we could, but a shot or two grazed us. If we don't do anything about it, Timmy's sickness, oh my gosh. Timmy got hurt. Timmy is in terrible shape. We need to get him to water now. I don't have any water. All I have is soup for you. I'm sorry. How about that trip to Nevada we've been postponing for a while now? Maybe we should go there. That's our first stop after we get out of here. Simple. Mom's is back. And apparently the cat is back too. Planning far ahead is usually a good strategy, but for now we should be more interested in our plan for water rationing. When we woke up today, we discovered that Sherikov somehow found his way back to our shelter. Does that mean it'll stay for good? We're not sure what exactly transpired between the little guy and his owner. We asked, but it wouldn't tell. We were glad to see Dolores came back safely from the wasteland. We decided to finally check what we can between the rubble in our own backyard, our poor lawns and flowers. Once the object of desire of the whole neighborhood, now reduced to nothing, more than radioactive ashes covered by debris. There really isn't much left here. The only tree that's left is completely burnt out. In a hollow area inside the dead husk, some mutated three-tailed squirrels made their home. They're pretty good at collecting stuff. Hope they don't mind us borrowing a few cans. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We used to barbecue here almost every weekend. The barbecue itself somehow found its way onto a power line in front of our house and is unreachable. Our garden table is mostly destroyed. Under bits and pieces of charred wood, we found a few things that could prove useful. The garage has two walls left, but most things are inside or gone. Not even the bicycles made it through the blast. But weirdly enough, the blankets installed on top of them did. We found some leftover supplies from there. Oh, okay, perfect. We returned from the expedition, but our axe didn't make it. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need him water. He's still sick. Dolores needs something to eat. Okay. So you need water and you need something to eat. Okay. Okay. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Let's just die, bro. And surprisingly, we didn't. Let's see. When we peeked outside, we were greeted by a group of high school students. They were well equipped and looked like they could take care of themselves. They questioned us about enemy combatants in the area. We couldn't help them, but they were happy to leave one of their spare axes with us in case we needed it to defend ourselves. When we asked why would they help us, they replied, "It's what Wolverines do." Okay, that's hard. Dolores has not eaten. Dolores needs more time to rest. She seems exhausted. If there is one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. Timmy's looking very pale. That's not good. It's high time we did something about Timmy's injuries. Timmy's okay. Timmy. Take the axe. Take the axe. Go have fun. Love you, son. Can the cat move? Alright, Dolores is no longer hungry. Dolores has rested. Alright. A loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start of the day, or to the day. As it turns out, Sherikov found a new toy, a bit of a wiring that is ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it? Yes. Because you don't know what it is, and you don't know how dangerous it can be. Okay. Alright. We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us, our very own shelter, in our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here, and the car had no wheels. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. That's good. Soldiers sent out another radio message requesting all survivors in the area to remain patient and await further instructions. Sounds like the extraction isn't coming as soon as we hoped it would. Additionally, the officers from a broadcast requested that survivors who are able to bring some gas canisters to the nearest bus stop should do it as soon as possible. They might take a while, so the only sane idea is to wear a gas mask. But I don't have any gas mask. My shit is ripped still. Well, we felt it was too risky to help the army without using a gas mask. It seems our rescue will be a bit overdue. Dolores is not lasting without water. That's not seen for a while. Okay. Good news from our friends. The siblings visit us today to inform that their camp is now done. They do have a few concerns though, mostly the children. Their idea of fun is running around the radioactive wasteland is possibly getting eaten by mutated cockroaches in the process. Do we have any spare toys we could give them to keep the kids entertained? Yes, please check this board. I can take the board. I ain't tripping on that. Alright. Even playing with an incomplete set of checkers is a better choice for the kids, or for these kids, than playing hide and seek in the radioactive wasteland. Or maybe the other way around. The group was grateful, and we're sure their children will be too. We hope to see our friends again, and we'll hope to see our friends again soon and find out more about their new camp life. Okay, so she's no longer hungry, no longer thirsty. Good. The agents who were spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? Explain yourself. What'd they say? They briefly waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces and told us they're on a top secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather on the cat. It's suspected of being a Soviet agent. They're willing to let us into their super top secret government safe house if we help them with some of their top secret missions. They assured us that they'd contact us again with more details. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it'll stay this way. We always thought life would be so much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think life would be much better in a way. Not that much has changed. Where's my son? Fond memories are one thing, but we need to be ready for a harsh reality that awaits us. Dolores has to drink sometimes. Today we were visited by a strange looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices are so low that it's practically like cutting his own throat. The least we could do is take a look at the offer. Although for some reason we don't really trust him. Well, if you don't trust him, then I don't trust him. That's how I see it. If you don't trust him, I'm not trusting him either. Is my son ever gonna come back? I'm scared, y'all. Despite his desperate attempts to sell us all kinds of things, unless useless or not, we turned down the man's offer. It's probably for the better. He did look quite untrustworthy. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Okay, you can have both. That's fine. We could use some extra supplies. The last time we went on a supply run, we noticed a damaged tank stuck in the rubble nearby. How about we send someone to investigate? It's gonna have to be you, Dolores. Please come back safe, Mama. All we could find inside the shell of the wrecked tank were some loose rounds of ammunition. We picked them all up. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. When scavenging for supplies, one should check every possible corner, even if it doesn't seem promising. With that in mind, we ventured into the ruins of the local bank, hoping to find something more than piles of useless pre-apocalypse coins. We found a shopping bag on the floor next to the counters. It contained a couple of rotten bananas, a hand cream, pair of bunny slippers, and some bottled water. Tempting as all of these treasures may have been, we limited ourselves to taking the water. In the bank's back office, we found an open safe. It was empty, but the unlocked padlock we found next to it might prove useful. Yes, it will. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. If we don't do anything about Timmy's sickness, it might get worse. Timmy's wounds, damn, and now I got the ammo, but I can't get the med kit. This ain't about Dolores? No. Well, I give her some water still. The state of the wasteland remains unknown to us. Maybe we should risk it. If there is one oh damn, I don't have the scout book though. If there is one person we truly miss, it is our great Uncle Terry. He used to tell brilliant stories about turtles, elephants, and wizards. It will be so reassuring to hear one of these stories again, and yet we don't have a photo of him, just memories. Yep, because I don't have the book. Timmy, please, you gotta stay with me, dude. I'm trying my hardest, dude. Seriously, damn, you're oh my gosh, Timmy. And so we are left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Timmy needs an extra blanket. I know. Okay, you. Oh my gosh. Fatigued, sick, hurt, tired, hungry. Here, take the axe. Now I gotta take care of Timmy. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay, Timmy needs an extra blanket. He's shivering like crazy. Timmy needs a bit more rest. He's no longer hungry. If there's no time, Timmy has to be treated for his injuries before it's too late. I can't. I don't have any, you know? We're closed off in a tiny shelter and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people hiding in the... Go ahead, Timmy. No med kit though, Tim? Okay, we are now richer in some supplies, but for some reason we don't feel very good about it. Let's just never mention it. The whole thing again. If we don't do anything about Timmy's sickness, it might get worse. There's no time. Timmy might be treated for his injuries before it's too late. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. La 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 la. You just need to stay in there with me, please. Our sorry excuse for a dinner was interrupted by a raspy voice coming from outside saying, "Want to buy a rock?" We calmed down when we realized the voice belonged to an old man Jim. Old man Jim, who used to live in our town. Well, at least we think he did. We just never quite figured out where he stayed. We should probably answer his question. It's impolite to keep people waiting like that. Over a rock? Here you go. Alright, you still here with me, Tim. I'm proud of you. We did the only reasonable thing in this situation, which is to shout really loud that nobody is home. The old man soon left and didn't bother us anymore. Okay, Timmy. Okay, Timmy. Okay, Timmy. Soldier sent out another message. Oh, I can't because my mask is ripped up. Timmy's gone. Timmy's gone because he died. We felt it was too risky to help the army without using the gas mask. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely. When we came back to the shelter, we were relieved to discover that it was still locked. The padlock carried signs of an attempted break-ins, but whoever gave it a try did not succeed in getting inside. Sadly, the padlock is in sorry state, and we can't really use it anymore. We used to visit our local cinema so often that we could travel there blindfolded. It wasn't that surprising when this was where our feet took us, almost without involving our brains in the process. The cinema had a strict policy of not bringing your own drinks into the movie hall. Seems like somebody broke the rule a little. We found a lot of bottles in the last row of the hall, some were even full. The only thing left of the ticket booth is the door with the padlock on it. The security here must have been questionable. Someone forgot to take it. Oh, good shit. So now we have a usable lock now. We returned to the expedition, but our axe didn't make it. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. We couldn't do anything about Timmy's wounds. They got worse and worse until eventually he got fed up and left. All that remains of him is a note explaining that we are lousy parents and that he will be back when he becomes the warlord of the wasteland. Alright, Timmy, whatever, bro. Alright, come on, Dolores. Me and you. Ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about that other door in the shelter. Should it even be here? Where does it lead? It's time we go to check it out. All right, get that blick on you then. Go for it. What was in there? 2 water bottles. Okay, we're good. What's the first thing to do when you open a door leading to a place where you don't know? Open fire. Bam, bam. Our bullet struck the wall, and guess what? We hit a water pipe. We were able to fill a few water bottles with all the water that trickled from the bullet holes. Dolores has not eaten for a while, nor needs some rest. Okay. Using a high-tech setup involving paper cups and yards for strings, the agent rang in with our next top secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition to write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Come on. Okay. I'm having a little bit of hope here, Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. We graciously agreed to fulfill their request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to be back with more information soon. The recon mission was risky business. We had to visit neighborhoods that were dicey, even in the best of times. The area was full of mutated cats and dogs fighting each other in the gangs. All of them armed to the teeth. We barely made it out of there alive, but the agents seem to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope these missions are actually worth it. Our bucket is just about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom, maybe even a hot tub. Dolores is not eating for a while. She needs more rest, and she was hurt. Fuck, now she was hurt. I can't right now. Sending Dolores is a death sentence. Nope. We have a situation on our hands. There is a group approaching our shelter, and they don't seem like the occasional friendly scavengers you run into. Not at all. They look like they're out for blood. Or cans. Probably cans. This is a terrible time for humanity if canned soup is enough to turn us into monsters. Anyway, we need to defend our household. Okay, we need to defend ourselves? Fuck it, padlock it. We gotta padlock it. We have to padlock it. Okay, we didn't think that a small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seems that they gave this whole break-in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock is in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off the bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. We're no doctors, but we should help Dolores. Her wounds are pretty bad. Dolores is still tired and can't... Okay, Dolores is no longer hungry. Yep, Dolores' state is too feeble. Can't let her go. Okay. At breakfast, we heard a knock on our door. It was a man with a rather excessive number of arms. He had told us his group was having a hard time finding supplies. Wherever they go, they got shot at first sight and asked questions later. It's probably because of their appearance. The friendly mutant presented us with an offer. In exchange for some supplies, his folks would escort us on our next expedition and make sure we come back home safely. I'm cool. Okay. It took us a bit too long to realize who or what we were looking at, but we managed to finally shut the door. It's good that we didn't shake his hand, and let's hope this disease is not airborne. We could have sworn we heard him cough. We're no doctors, but we should help Dolores. Okay, and Dolores needs more rest. Still sitting right there would be a death sentence. We were discussing plans for our first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard the yells outside. We discovered they came from a small group of rag survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we weren't surprised when they requested aid. They asked us to provide anything we could, water, food, or medical supplies. I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't. Who opened my shit? I could have sworn someone just opened the bunker. We could tell our guests we're not thrilled with our refusal. Their tired eyes alone were enough to understand how much they needed those supplies. They did not beg. They simply turned around and left in an unknown direction. Maybe they will have more luck elsewhere. Maybe. We were glad to see Dolores came back safely from the wasteland. Dolores is still hurt, and Dolores is still tired. Can't do that. Can't do that. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remember him from before the apocalypse. He came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen, but we refused. Now he just wants supplies, and he says he will reveal some state secrets to us in return. I can't. Okay, maybe water. I give him water. Now, what did he tell us? We are generous, so we shared our supplies with him. He tried to make us believe that America has a working space station in orbit, or rather has, since according to that guy, it exploded when the bombs dropped. How convenient. A working space station? What a joke. He was probably so hungry and dehydrated his brain started playing tricks. Isn't there anything we can do about Dolores' injuries? Dolores complains she still can't get a good night's sleep around here. Well, I don't know what else you want me to do, Dolores, honestly. It's difficult to keep our spirits up in this situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might end up in a place much worse than this crazy shelter. Alright, come on, Dolores. It's just me and you, mama. I gotta get you right. I gotta get you some med kits. I gotta get something. This ain't going so well for me. It's hard to not worry considering our current situation. Some days we're still struggling to deal with sheltered life, but we can't lose hope. Dolores is still tired and can't seem. Dolores has no colors left on her face. Her injuries need to be fixed ASAP. This is insane. We keep finding spiders everywhere. They're in our soup. They're in our water. They're in our soups. They're in our soup. They're in our water. We swear some of them keep coming back, and they are bigger every time we see them. It can't go on like this. It's time to wage war on these spiders. Yep. Okay, if there's one thing that can drive spiders away and stop us climbing up the furniture, it's the bug killing spray. This was the right time to unleash this deadly weapon, and the results were excellent. We eradicated 404 of those little bastards. We even found a water bottle stashed in the corner. It was a good idea. Or it was a good day. Dolores has no colors left on her face. Her injuries need to be fixed ASAP. I have nothing to give her though. I'm so fucked. Dolores has no colors left on her face. Her injuries need to be... I can't do anything, y'all. The end. She died. That's so trash, bruh. We felt it was too risky to help the army without using the gas mask. It seems our rescue will be a bit overdue. Dolores suffered with her injuries for far too long. When the infection spread, there was nothing we could do. Surviving the apocalypse is no easy task. We can tell you that. We spent 68 days in our shelter. Damn. 68 days? 68 days, dude. Damn. Well, hey, listen. I tried. I think 67 days survived. I survived 68 days. Listen. That's good enough for me, okay? I definitely want to try to do this again some other time, but yeah, this is that pizza on the top? Did I get an achievement at least? I ain't got. Oh, I got this one. Defeat the bandit attacks in one game. Okay. Well, y'all. listen, I try my best. I try to survive and hopefully be rescued for, but it didn't go my way. It did not go my way. So you know what? Can't say I didn't try though. You know what I mean? So how long have I been on for? For what? 4 hours? Jesus is Lord. But you know what? Hey, that was the goal anyway. So you know what? For my first time being back, y'all, I'm actually cool and calm and collected to say that I appreciate y'all so much for dropping through the stream. I appreciate y'all for showing up. Really, thank y'all so much for the warm welcome back. You know, that was a good one. I don't know when I will be back here again, but just know that I will return for sure. Because I know this is also going to be up on YouTube. So if you guys like this video, subscribe, comment, like, share with a friend, share with everybody that you can. I love you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't understand from the bottom of my heart. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video.